Thank you for clicking on, tuning in. Just a quick update. Um, some have asked me why, why write a book, and especially why now. And the answer is simply because now is the right time for me. For most of my life, I pride myself on bouncing back quickly. When life knocked me down, I got back up fast as I could. I didn't stay down. I didn't sit still. But the truth is, there were times I should have stayed down. I should have stayed down to heal. I should have stayed down to quiet my mind. I should have stayed down enough to make sound decisions that I needed for myself. Whew. Instead of, I kept bouncing back up without healing, only to fall again, never fully tending to the girl inside of me. And I say girl inside of me because at 16, my life changed. Didn't have time for that little girl. From 7 years old, I didn't give her time. This time was different for me because the wind was literally knocked out of me. It was knocked out of me. Whew. After falling down, I chose to stay down. Literally stay down. Not in defeat, but in detention. Intention. Hurt, yes. But never fully tending to the girl that was still inside of me crying. This book is about the person I left behind. The girl who didn't get a chance to fully heal. Whew. Even fully becoming a teenager because survival came first. It's about burying the living parts of me that died. Burying the living parts of me that died. My life as I knew it. My family as it once was. And a marriage, a life that I lived longer than I've ever lived with myself or my family. So how do you bury something that isn't physically dead? How do you leave behind a life that once defined you, even when it no longer exists? This book wrestles with the truth. There's a lot of trauma that goes unspoken, a lot of hurt and pain that people carry quietly, and I was one of them. For years, I protected others from the weight of the pain that was caused. I stayed caring. I stayed silent. I absorbed more than I should have. But I came to understand this one. No one gets to dictate how I heal. No one. This is not a tell-all book. It is not written to shame or embarrass anyone. But I will tell the truth about my trauma. I have had to overcome my own so that healing doesn't stop with me. Healing doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good, but it's worth it. To become whole, you have to heal. The healing means dealing with the pain you would rather not. You'll rather avoid it. There is no family healing without personal healing, and no community healing without families willing to tell the truth. For me, healing felt like having a surgery without any anesthesia. Just being open. No alcohol, no drugs. I can't even say no distraction because I was distracted. I allowed myself to become distracted by getting involved with things that I may have should have just waited. No numbing. Oh God. No hopping out of beds. Just truth. Fully awake, going through this surgery. Fully awake, going through surgery. Imagine. At times, it felt like I was going to lose my mind. I was going to lose my mind, have a heart attack. Even this last time, it felt like I was going to lose my mind. But I actually found it. And this book is about forgiveness, forgiving others, forgiving myself, and learning that healing sometimes begins when you stop punishing who I used to be. This is not a book of perfection. This is a book about truth, accountability, motherhood, and becoming. Alongside the book, there will be a workbook because healing doesn't stop at reading, it continues in a reflection. My life has always been an open book, but now I'm writing my own book of my own life. Not nobody's opinions, not what they think, not what they assume. This is my life, my book, my words. I also write to honor my sister Anita. Nene always told me, because love to read growing up, love to read, and she told me one day, Thea, write your own story. And if you know Nene, it wasn't like that. Thea, write your own guy, story. This book is me doing just that, telling my story in my own voice, not through anybody's assumptions or opinions that made them comfortable of what I was going through. Listen, Nene also told me, she called me over to the house one day, to her house. I had to walk over and she said, Thea, I want you to listen to this song that I have. And because back then, I was really religious, very religious. And she told me, Thea, like, listen, don't even listen to the beats. Just listen to the words of the song. Listen to the words. So I said, okay. Because basically, even though I was older than Nene, I basically did what she said, you know. Uh, but the song was I Hope You Dance. Beautiful song, I Hope You Dance. I said, oh, that's nice. That's how I said, oh, that's nice, Nene. After Nene passed, I began to listen to that song, play that song, and listen to the words of that song, not knowing that that song, for me, would be my life. Became my life. Became a part of me that's like, dang, did she know something before she left? Because that's one of my favorite songs. I Hope You Dance. And along with this book will be songs that are in here in the book that has brought me through a lot of places in my life that helped me. The words of those songs. And I'm gonna tell you now, they're not all religious songs. They're not all gospel songs. And I Hope You Dance is one of the ones that I hold dear to me. And also No Regrets by Elizabeth Withers. So stay tuned for that, okay? Along with this memoir comes a soundtrack, which I just talked about. January is the actual release date or release month. It will be released in a couple of weeks. The full memoir. You can get the ebook now that is available on Amazon. And also for the next several weeks, I will be doing a podcast. I hope that those that follow me, I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Facebook, because in that, we're holding a subscription. We will have conversations about the book. There's so many levels to this, where I'm going to share with you, and I want you to share with me, because this is a journey of healing. Healing, not only for me, but for others. This is a journey that on the last 12 months that I've gone through for myself on the floor. And because I've had a lot of conversations with Coffee and Conversations on Facebook, on social media, and also because you'll be amazed when you're reached out and you hold, when others hold you as a trusted ear to talk to. And in listening to other women and men, you found out that you're not the only one. And I've also found out that these are conversations that need to be had, need to be talked about. And being out in the community, it has opened my eyes to so many things. And what main thing that opened my eyes is that when you're not healed as an individual, and then you carry baggage, you carry trauma into relationships. And then when you're in a relationship, you have relationships, and then guess what? Then what you carrying goes into the community. And so you have a community, not just one community, but it's made up of a lot of unhealed people if we pay attention. So this journey is a healing journey. And I've spent a long time this year healing. Am I perfect? No. Have I got it all together? No. I've even the last couple of months I've made some mistakes, and I didn't even want to really talk about it. I wanted to. It was safer and more comfortable for me to just stay down, stay quiet. But it's like, wait a minute, no. I want to live on the other side of what I've been through, so I'm not going to let anything or anybody hold me from experiencing that. Not all. It's not on the house. No, I don't. I didn't go through all that to be on the house. No, no. And a lot of time, it's more. You will be surprised how many want you to stay down. I find it out. How many want you to stay down? But I refuse to. I refuse to be robbed of the rest of my life. I refuse to be robbed of the other side of what I've been through. I'm refusing that. I always said to myself, I will live on the other side of all that I've been through, you know, and I will be whole, not realizing that I have to really be whole. All right.